Hi guys, I'm Ruth. The lesson today is adjectives. Let's start. Dun, dun, dun. The lesson today is adjectives. Let's start. Table of contents. Number 1. Note the characteristics of adjectives. The order of adjectives in English. Know where to put them. 3. Comparative adjectives. 4. Superlative adjectives. Now the characteristics of adjectives in English. 1. They precede the noun in most. Example, the latest update. An important information. My grandma loves saving. 2. A noun confusion has an adjective when used to describe another noun. Example, number 1, the later pulse. 2. A department store. And 3. The police officer. 3. They are invariable in number and gender. Example, he has funny friends. He called his grandma yesterday night. 3. You need to buy the yellow flowers. 4. Adjectives can go after verbs of state or station, such as the verbs to be, to feel, to smell, etc. Examples. Number 1. I feel go this morning. I didn't go running. You look handsome. Are you on a diet? 3. Chris didn't come because he's sick. The order of adjectives in English nowhere depend them. They are always juxtaposed. They are placed one after the other wing uses on, as in Spanish, and they are always placed in front of the noun. In fact, in English, it is necessary to follow a very strict order in the case that we want to use several adjectives to describe a noun. This is a very marked difference between English and Spanish, because in our language we do not usually give importance to order in which we say the adjectives. Examples. Number 1. I have a black Italian leather purse. 2. That is a double round hall table. 3. She lives in a stunning modern house. Martha is a charming short Irish girl. My grandma doubled house brand new TV. Well, it may seem difficult is first to learn that order. In time, you'll be able to say is with much thought. What is the secret? The practice. Comparative adjectives. This type of situation adjectives is used when we want to compare two things, objects, or people. We can say that something is great or less important than something else. For this, it is necessary to know the structure and roles of comparative adjectives in English. Structure is subject, verb, more, optional depending on the nature of the adjectives. More adjective, than, and complement. Example, John is more attractive than Charles. His younger son is more extravagant than the older. Formation of comparative adjectives, one syllable. If the adjective has only one syllable, the suffix er is added in the most cases. Example, John is faster than Kate. 2. Paul is shorter than Anthony. 2. However, if the adjective ends in E, only one R is added. Example, my TV is larger than yours. 2. Grandparents are wiser than teenagers. 3. If the last three letters of the adjectives are consonant, double consonant, the finally consonant is double. Example, this movie is sadder than the previous one. Ken is fatter than Kane. 4. For monosyllable adjectives than in Y, it is possible to get the consonant and add the subject's ear, but it can also be changed to the form here. Example, Colby is cheer, that only. Grandman is spreer, that many young ladies. 2 syllables. If the adjective in Y, the subject is changes to ear. Example, her hair is curling than mine. My looks happier than before. 2. In the case that it ends in O, double, or li, or ear, or air, is or R is added depending of the case. Example, number 1, grammar is simpler than math. Number 2, this thread is narrower than the other one. 4. For the other adjectives of 2 or more syllables, no subject is added, but more is added. Let's see. The chocolate cake is more sugar than the apple one. The high hair are more beautiful than dust. Irregular adjectives in English. There are some adjectives that, when uses of comparatives, do not follow any king of rulers, so they are considered irregulars. Here are some of them. Let's see: table, adjective, good, comparative form better, bad, comparative form is worse, adjective far, and comparative form is father or father. In the event that we want to say who is the oldest or most intelligent or less smart in a group, we will no longer be able to use the comparative adjectives when indicative the major or minor extreme of a case. We will need to use separate adjectives. These are similar but not the same. Superlative adjectives. Superlative adjectives express a quality to the greatest degree or intense impossible. Unlike the comparative adjectives, the superlative is used to show that something, person, animal, thing, etc., has a higher level in some quality compared to other species of the same species of natural. Example, we came in the richest man in the world. Structure is subject, verb, the, must, superlative adjective, and complement. 1 syllables. The suffix "es" is added the most of these adjectives. Example, coldest, the cold, cleanest, the clean, youngest, the young, etc. Examples: I am the youngest in the family. Example 2, he has the coldest hair. It If it ends in E and is D to eat, example, largest, the large, widest, the width, etc. Example, bad box, the largest trunk, and the car learner. 3. If the adjectives end in consonant, double consonant, the final consonant is double, that the subject is added. Example, China is the biggest country in the world. 4. In the event that there is more than one consonant or double at the end, es is added. Example, the Empire State is the Eagle Double in New York City. 2 syllables. If it has 2 syllables and ends in y, this participle is changed to ies. Example, my dog is the happiest. 2. If it ends in o, dog, and es, example, this is the narrow strong it down. 3. If the ends in li, este is added, example, this is the biggest bug in the world. 4. If it has more than 2 syllables, the letter must is used in the sentences. Let's see. Example, my baby is the most beautiful in the whole world. Number 2, that necklace is the most expensive jewelry they have. Wow, guys, we finished the lesson. Yes.